TIFU when I introduced my friends to each other. Yesterday I, 20 meters, introduced my childhood friend, 22 meters, to my coworker friend, 22F. My childhood friend flew from country to country just to spend time with me. He insisted that I introduce him to my coworker friend because he wanted to meet the person who filled his spot in my friendship circle. It was a joke, but he was serious about meeting her though. I never made it clear to my childhood friend or literally anyone that I was attracted to my coworker friend. She was someone I considered to be a close friend who had the potential to become more than a friend if I finally managed to stop being a coward and share my feelings instead of waiting for her to somehow connect the dots and make the first move. Needless to say, communication has never been one of my specialties when it comes to the opposite sex, which added to the irony of what happened next. I had to be an interpreter for my childhood friend because he was deaf and relied on sign language to communicate. My ability to understand and communicate in sign language seemed to impress my coworker friend who had never seen me use sign language until that moment. She even hinted at the possibility of me teaching her sign language on the side. Based on that hint, I was beginning to imagine how our one-on-one sign language lessons would eventually lead to me telling her how I feel without words. However, I gave up on that fantasy as soon as my childhood friend decided that he wanted to test his lip reading skills with my coworker friend. Lip reading was something my childhood friend turned into a game to flirt with girls. When I used to be his wingman, he would ask me to encourage random girls at clubs or at festivals to say something to him as a test, and then he would read their lips and write down what they said on napkins or on his phone or whatever. Even though 80% of the time he knew exactly what the girl said, he would end up writing the wrong words on purpose, which would usually be a fake compliment to himself that he presented as a compliment from the girls. A lot of girls ate that shit up. I was hoping my coworker friend would not become one of those girls, but she did. My childhood friend got a similar reaction out of my coworker friend that he got from the girls who hooked up with him. The two of them were low-key flirting in front of me. I automatically checked out mentally and emotionally after my childhood friend expected me to translate the borderline sexual but still somewhat safe for work comments he was trying to communicate to my coworker friend, who was not only enjoying the attention, but also expecting me to translate her flirty responses to my childhood friend whenever he was unable to lip read some of the more complicated sentences. I was supposed to drive my childhood friend to the airport this morning, but he informed me late last night that my coworker offered to drive him and he accepted because she was going to spend the night with him anyway. I agreed to meet my childhood friend at the airport to say goodbye. My coworker friend was with him when I arrived. It was awkward as fuck, but I did my best to hide how much it hurt. I'll get over it though.